match reaction for Celtic 2, Kilmarnock 1.
As we travel, if you far away, through the triumph and struggle, will there save?
What's happening, Celtic family? I hope you're all doing well out there. Look, listen, let's begin this as we do every other video. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below. It really does help to grow this channel, and let's quit the bullshit. When everybody tells you, oh, please help me, I'm asking you, please hit the subscribe button below, because it will give me the time, the opportunity. The more subscribers I get, the more views I get, it'll give me that opportunity to be able to create time to create some more content, and that's what I want to do. I want to create some more Celtic content, so please, it is absolutely free to do so. Smash the subscribe button below, and if you want, give us a wee thumbs up as well. I'll really appreciate it. Cheers. So it's the day after the game before it finished. Celtic 2, Kilmarnock 1, which puts us back into the next round of the Scottish Cup, which is the main thing. We're into the next round of the Scottish Cup. It's a tough one to sort of break down and speak about, because Celtic were so dominant through that whole game from start to finish, and it wasn't as if we actually played badly. But I can see, I've kind of looked at comments and stuff this morning, and a lot of the comments I actually kind of do agree with a lot of people, was that they're kind of infuriated and kind of frustrated by how the game went, because 2-1 it was 2-1 at the end, but it's not really a reflection on how the game went, because Celtic created so many chances and we weren't clinical enough in that final third in front of the goal, which seems to be a bit of an issue when I'm speaking to people in and around Celtic Park, which I was doing yesterday, speaking to a lot of people are kind of frustrated. We all know that there's been some sort of a dip. Everybody's saying it, you know, there has been a dip, but we can't expect it to be high level all the time, and I don't think anybody who I was speaking to yesterday expects it to be that way. There is going to be times where you have to grind out a result, and going by that scoreline, anybody who sees that scoreline there, if they're looking at it, kind of thinks, oh well, they must have grinded it out to get that 2-1 victory, but it wasn't like that. It's really disheartening to see that it was only 2-1. As I said, we can't sort of think like, oh, we're going to go and smash teams 5-6-1 or 5-6-0 all the time, but that could have easily been 5-6, possibly even 7. Yesterday we had so many opportunities to really bury Kilmarnock, even in the first half, and then in the second half as well. We had loads of times to really stick the nail in there, but we didn't take them, and that seems to be where the frustration is. When I'm talking about performance level, I thought the performance level was pretty decent. I thought a few people were a bit quieter than normal, like Arne Engels, somebody who I've came on here and championed and said so many times in the last few videos that I believe between now and the end of the season you're really going to see why Engels is that £11 million player. But he was pretty quiet yesterday. Done what he had to do, but when he got hooked in the second half, I kind of agreed why he should be hooked, because he was quieter. Not to say that he had a really bad game. I don't think anybody had a stinker of a game. I don't think there was a player in there who had a bad game. Engels was a bit quieter, but again, with them dead balls, Engels is always good to have in, even with the corners, putting corners in. He always delivers a fantastic corner. He really does. But he was a bit quieter. Then we had the likes of Rio attacking. Now, I know you are going to get bored of me coming on here and sort of slating Rio, because there is a lot of people out there who cannot see past Rio, and I have said this before, that I totally agree with you. I understand Rio has been absolutely brilliant at times, and even yesterday there was glimmers of hope there, and glimmers of chance, glimmers of times where he was really good. I mean, that ball that set Kyogo off when he lobbed the defender and set Kyogo, that was just another opportunity. Kyogo, you're banking on Kyogo, and Kyogo probably sort of last season you would have said he burst the net there. This season, although the last couple of games I think Kyogo's been absolutely fantastic, he's been brilliant, and I thought against Ross County when he played out in the wing, out in the right hand side, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. But even over the last couple of games, he's been really good. So you kind of had your mortgage on him bursting the net there. He didn't, and that's it. But Rio's ball over the top, and he obviously had that chance in the second half. I think when he's volleyed it and he's hit the post. But apart from that, Rio again didn't really do much for me. And when he missed that, when the ball came in, I think it was Engels that crossed it in from the right hand side. I know it took a slight bounce just before it hit him, but you've got to hit the target there. You're so close. It's harder to miss that. It's harder to miss that opportunity. But to me, and you could see the frustration on him. He went to the ground on his knees, and you could see the frustration. But it just kind of sums up, for me, it kind of sums up his season. And it's not for the will of not wanting to try. It's not because he's not been trying. He has been trying, but he's just not found his rhythm. For me, he's not found his rhythm at all this season. So, it was one of these games where you just were a bit frustrated because Celtic could have buried Kilmarnock early and we could have just sailed through to the next round, but we kind of made it hard for ourselves. Got to give a quick mention to Cal McGregor. I don't actually know who got man of the match. If you can put in the comment section who got man of the match, that'd be great, or I might just even find out. There's no point in putting it in the comment section because by the time I upload this, I could actually just go on and find out myself. So don't worry about it. But for me, Cal McGregor was man of the match, 100%. I thought the guy was phenomenal yesterday. Absolutely phenomenal. Won every battle, was always in space. And he got his goal, and it was a well taken goal. What a goal that was. But throughout the whole game, for him to get that goal, what he was doing was driving at the defenders. He done that throughout that whole game yesterday. He drove at defenders, picked his passes perfectly, won any battles that he needed to win. For me, he was absolutely brilliant, and to see him, he's been scoring them goals all season. Anytime he takes a shot, it's from outside the box, and that's what I love to see. I love to see Celtic doing that. I would love to see it a wee bit more instead of this trying to pass it into the back of the goal. But Cal McGregor, you can always rely on Cal McGregor to have a go. Sometimes it's not going to pay off for him, but he's always going to have a go. And what a finish. What a finish. He couldn't have placed it any better. Put his laces straight through the ball and put it straight in that bottom corner. What an absolute finish it was. It was a joy to watch Cal McGregor yesterday. And this is a guy that I've said has been actually quite quiet, I feel, for Cal McGregor standards. I think over the last few months, as I said, there has been a drop-off, and there's been a drop-off throughout the whole team. But Cal McGregor, for me, over the last couple of months, not that he said he's playing bad. I don't believe Cal McGregor really ever has a bad game. Maybe against that lot on the second, but everybody did. And I thought he was absolutely phenomenal yesterday. So it was a frustrating game yesterday, really frustrating to watch. Not for the fact that they played bad, and I know that I maybe expect more, and it wasn't like I just thought Celtic deserved to get more out of that game. If they were just a wee bit more clinical in front of goal, that game was finished in the first half. But like, even when you look back, I thought Trusty, who I thought was terrible against Dundee, and it was obviously just an off day. And listen, I understand they're human beings. They're going to have off days. They're going to have days where they're not quite on it. But I thought Trusty was terrible against Dundee. I thought he was shocking. But yesterday, I thought he was brilliant. The heart in the guy, he just was into winning every single ball. I thought he played brilliant. Cameron Carter-Vickers, as per usual, always has a good game. Always. I've never seen a player that's so composed and so relaxed on the ball. It's unbelievable. The guy could sit there, smoke a cigar with a smoking jacket on, and just take the ball off people. He's unbelievable. Alistair Johnson yesterday, I forgot he was on the pitch sometimes. I really did. Again, I'm not saying he's a bad player, because anytime I say anything, people are like, oh, he's brilliant, and I understand he is a brilliant player. I just thought he was pretty quiet yesterday. Maybe he didn't need to be any busier, but I just thought he was a bit quiet yesterday. Greg Taylor, thought he had a good game. I'm assuming the only reason he's been taken out is to be kept for Young Boys game on Wednesday, but I thought Greg Taylor was brilliant. I thought some of his crosses into the box were phenomenal. It's been hit or miss with Greg Taylor, especially his crossing into the box. He's always done well at getting forward, sometimes gets caught out with that, out of position. But yesterday I thought he done well all over the place. I thought he got forward well. I thought his crosses into the box were brilliant. I thought getting back and covering, he was great. So no complaints there. Again, I agree with Arne Engels coming off and Bernardo going on. For me, as I've stated on here before, I always start Bernardo before Hatai. And I thought when Bernardo came on, I thought he made a massive difference. He was doing exactly what Callum McGregor was doing, finding himself in space and running at the defenders and causing just mayhem. And when you do that to defenders, like when you've got Callum McGregor and you've got Bernardo kind of doing that, just running at defenders, it's hard for any defence to sort of cope with. Although I do think that Kilmarnock coped with it pretty well. I thought you could see what they were doing, and they were man marking the whole game, just man marking and make it very difficult. So you have to kind of give credit to Kilmarnock as well. I know what I'm saying, that we had the opportunities. We did have the opportunities. We had clear-cut opportunities there to win that by about 5 or 6 goals, easy. But again, Kilmarnock were set up pretty well. You understood what they were doing. They were man marking everybody, and Celtic found it hard because anywhere a Celtic player went, there was a Kilmarnock player right on them, and you could see that throughout the whole game. So I think Celtic kind of found that hard at times to sort of break down. But it's not like the chances weren't there. There was plenty of chances there, as there was against Dundee. There was plenty of chances to go on and win that. So I just think we've got a wee bit complacent in front of goal. There's, as I said, we can't expect to win 4-5 all the time, and that's fine. But when the opportunities are there to win 4-5-6 all the time, you've got to take them. You've got to take them, and I just think that we didn't kind of take them opportunities yesterday. So I think that's where a lot of frustration lies with me and anybody that I spoke to inside the ground yesterday. Was just that, okay, we're playing some good football, we've been doing this most of the season, that it seems to be the same old thing. We have a lot of the ball, we have a lot of possession, we have a lot of opportunities and chances to put the ball in the back of the net, and we're not taking them. For whatever reason, we just can't hit the back of the net. So I think that's where the frustration lies. I don't think anybody thinks that we've had a bad season or we're playing absolute terrible. There definitely has been a drop-off, but that's got to be expected. It's got to be expected at this time of the season, but I think the drop-off kind of came in November. There's been a bit of a drop-off, and then don't get me wrong, we've had a few games in there where we've been absolutely brilliant. And I don't expect to win by 5-6 games all the time. I mean, if we won there 2-1 yesterday and we had to grind it out because it was just a tough game and we couldn't quite get the opportunities that we wanted, then I would totally understand that. I would get that, but the opportunities were there. That's the issue. The opportunities were there, and if you're going to do that at European level, you're going to get absolutely murdered for it, because if you don't take them opportunities, then the opposition team will in Europe. It's as simple as that. So no, it's a really tough one. It's a bit of I'm trying to make it out. I'm almost coming across here that I'm not happy about the result. I am happy, of course I'm happy, but I just think the opportunity was there to score more goals. But listen, we're on to the next round. Brilliant. We're still on for the treble. Amazing. So we can't really complain. Just quickly before I go, I'm not going to keep on going on about Daizen Maeda, but it is in a lot of people's comment sections. I see a lot of people commenting on Daizen Maeda every single game. I don't want to be on here going on about Daizen Maeda all the time, because I was the guy that championed him as well, and I thought when Kyogo wasn't quite doing it there, when he's had a slow sort of start to the season, I was the one asking questions why Daizen Maeda isn't getting his chance. Daizen Maeda has had more than enough chances now to come on and really make an impact, and he just hasn't done it for whatever reason. But I mean, it's a tough one to Daizen Maeda yesterday. I didn't think he'd done too much wrong. I thought he kind of got himself into positions that he should have been in, that he could have been creating a wee bit more. But for me, it's when he was one-on-one, when he was running down, not one-on-one with the keeper, but then obviously he's got Kuhn on his right-hand side, so it's a tough decision to make. For me, if I was him and I'm lacking on goals and I'm wanting to try and get my spirits up myself and give me a wee bit of motivation, I'm sticking my laces through that and I'm going for that by myself. But I understand why he passed to Kuhn. I totally get it, because Kuhn's probably in a better position. If Kuhn scored that, you're praising Daizen Maeda for giving the ball to Kuhn and letting him score it and not taking it on his own. If Kuhn misses, which he did, you're kind of asking questions why Daizen Maeda didn't just put his laces through it. I see both sides, but for me, if I'm Daizen Maeda, which I'm not, I'm wanting to stick my laces through that and have a pop and hopefully hit the back of the net just to give me the motivation to start driving forward, and because I think that's what it is. It's just a lack of confidence. I don't think he's ever thinking about taking that shot. I really don't. I think he's lacking in so much confidence that he's willing just to give the ball to someone in case he does miss, and then he's got people on his back asking why he's missing so many chances. So it's a tough one for him. I just think the guy is lacking in so much confidence, but I do think that Daizen Maeda will come good. I do think it will. I know sometimes it's hard because we're all Celtic supporters and we want them to hit the ground running, because Daizen Maeda did hit the ground running when he first came last season on loan. And that's why we were all desperate. Every single one of us were pretty desperate to get him to Celtic and kind of pay the money that had to be paid to get him there. And for whatever reason, it's just not sort of working out for him right now. I hope he still gets the opportunity between now and the end of the season. As I said, the league's pretty much wrapped up. But I think he deserves to come on there and really show us what he can do, because there is a footballer in there. And I quite liked when Kyogo played out on the right and Daizen Maeda was in the middle. But right at this point in time, it's not happening for him. And for me, I don't understand why Johnny Kenny's not been put in there before him. Because Johnny Kenny came on, made his debut and looked like a guy that was hungry. Seriously hungry to make an impression to the manager and to the support, and really cement why he should be seriously considered in front of Daizen Maeda. But again, the guy's only had one first team game, so it's really hard to sort of judge. But yesterday I would have put on Johnny Kenny and gave him a run there. But listen, it is what it is. We get through to the next round. We're all happy. Brilliant. But let me know in the comment section what you're thinking below about everything that we've discussed today. As I've said, if you've not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below. It will really help grow the channel. But let me know all your thoughts. I always love reading what you guys have got to say. But apart from that, I'll see you on the next one, either before the Young Boys game or after the Young Boys game. Stay safe out there, Celtic family. Hail, and take it easy.